vision in mind. In my purpose, I'm aligned. I refuse to slow down. I place blessings on.
Hey Profit Besties, it's your girl, He's a Trades here, and today I'm going to be going over the one thing that will make you a consistent, profitable trader. We are going to be talking about mindset. I'm going to be starting a series about really discovering who we are as ourselves, really discovering who we are as a person and how we can display that onto the charts. Because again, you guys can have any strategy, come with any strategy, but the way that you perfect it, besides the analysis part, is your mindset. The reason why you can keep losing is going to be the way that you look at the charts, the way you interpret it and everything. And that all starts from here. So to be great and profitable on the markets and in the charts, we must start looking within ourselves first. And we're going to jump straight into it. We are also going to be going over the book, The Disciplined Trader by Mark Douglas. We're actually going to start on the second chapter because the first chapter is pretty much like his personal experience. This is definitely a read for all traders. And it doesn't matter where you are in your trading journey. If you're still trying to be consistent and profitable, this is definitely a game changer. I'm going to start off by when he says a typical social upbringing that instills in the individual certain values and beliefs that make up a thought methodology used for being successful is not practical or functional and is inconsistent with the methods necessary to be successful in the trading environment. Now, look at successful traders. We might automatically think certain values of them, right? They're disciplined, they're this, they're that, right? They're X, Y, Z. So we have an image of what it is like to be them and what a successful trader means. So we already have, you could say, a bias towards what that is. Someone attempting to operate in the trading environment in all the familiar ways that would assure getting what they want will likely find themselves in a constant state of frustration, anxiety, and fear, wondering what is wrong or thinking something must be wrong with them. This can be applied to using strategies. You guys can make your own strategy or get your strategy from someone else off of YouTube or however you guys do it. So you have your trading strategy and for some reason you are still losing, right? And that strategy can be the best strategy in the world. But at the end of the day, you are wondering, what is keeping you losing? And now that can be fear, that could be greed, that could be all of the other emotions that are pulling that you are not realizing. That is why you are losing in the charts. You guys can have the best strategy ever, but if your mind is not right, you guys will not win in the markets. I'm going to be teaching you guys how to look in ourselves to see what we need to perfect, so we can be the best product while we are in the market. I'm also going to be going over this, and then it's all going to make sense when I finish the video. Habits of thought die hard, and to make way for the new thinking methodology I offer as means of excelling as a trader, you will have to question some of your beliefs and probe deeply rooted concepts of what is possible. Sometimes only through a mental house cleaning can help you throw away failure to make room for success. Now, what this is talking about is you looking into yourself, and you might be like, that doesn't matter on the charts. Yes, it does. Because the way that you think, every action you make on the charts, whether to buy or sell, you have a reason for that. And if your reason is technical analysis, that's great. But if you failed based off of emotion, now that's your mind. So that means something is wrong up here, which led you to make an irrational decision, whether it was out of fear or greed. Now, all these questions, now you guys have to be honest to yourselves, guys. This won't work if you lie to yourself. You guys have to be honest to do a self-reflection to see, hey, how can I make myself better? I just wanted to read this to show you guys that you do have to look at your beliefs. It's going to make you question yourself, which is the best thing ever, because now you can examine exactly why you do what you do. This will only get you up from there. Not adjusting to the differences between cultural and trading environments, or just being unaware of the differences that exist, can certainly account for many of the trading errors committed by the majority of traders. The first thing I want to discuss is what's the difference between cultural environment and trading environment. The first point is predictability versus uncertainty. So in our cultural environment, a lot of us are raised in a way that we live a predictable life almost, right? A 9 to 5. So we have a system, more so routines, whether you go to school, whether you go to jobs, you take your kids to school. So basically all of these routines have daily outcomes, which they're not changing on the basis. If you take your kids to school Monday through Friday, you're not going to stop taking them to school. You're going to keep doing that until the school year ends. If you're going to work, you're just not going to not go to work. Like nothing crazy is going to happen besides, of course, the incidences of which you get laid off or something like that happens, right? Of course. But in a daily routine, a lot of times in a 9 to 5 atmosphere, it is all the same. You guys do the same thing, unless you're an entrepreneur, because then your schedule can vary. But besides that, you guys notice that working hard and showing results at your workplace gets you places like promotions. And if you guys are a student, working hard, studying for your tests means getting good grades, getting a good GPA. And this is all cause and effect on you. And this ingrades into your subconscious. Okay. So now it's kind of, okay, if I do this, I'm going to get this. If I work hard, I'm going to get this, because you've been doing that, okay? And there's no difference. There's no change in it. It's not uncertainty of, oh, if I work super hard, I'm not going to get paid. Most of the times, if you're working a real job that gives you a W-2, you would have to get paid of the hours that you work. When you clock in, clock out, you're going to get paid. Now, but in the trading environment, right now, it is an unpredictable environment, guys. We don't know if we're going to win, right? And the market follows no rules. The market does not care what you do and what you think. The market is there to make market structure, and that's it. So no matter what you do, no matter how good of a trader you are, your results are not guaranteed. Your trading strategy is never 100% correct, because the market can do whatever it does. Now, this can also cause uncertainty and fear for people who want certainty. But trading is not for people who are not ready to take risk. If you're trading, you are ready to take some type of risk. Another thing I want to bring in your culture environment, you are in control. You're in control of what you do, right? Because you have control over your actions, and then your actions will lead to your outcomes. You show up to work, you're going to get paid. You study for a test, you're going to get a grade. Now you are installing the belief that hard work and discipline, and when you follow rules, it's going to lead to positive results. And now that's instilling in your cultural values. So now you are programming yourself to work hard. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's great. That's great. But now when we're looking in the trading environment, let me tell you, nobody controls the markets, okay? We can only react to what the market is given. So we have to shift our mindset from trying to control the market to controlling ourselves. We have to control our own behaviors and in how we respond to the market conditions. Like I said, we don't predict the market, we react to it. It's great if you can predict it. Great. But at the end of the day, we have to react to it because, as again, we have no control over the markets. So, as traders, we need to shift our mindset from trying to control the market to controlling our own reactions and behaviors in response to the market conditions, whatever the market gives us. And that is something that takes practice. Now let's talk about instant gratification versus patience. Patience is a core thing needed to be a trader. But nowadays in society, we are living in a fast pace where we can get everything at the hands of our fingertips. This is conditioning us for the fast life that we live in to get instant gratification. But in the trading, when you're looking at the charts, guys, trading requires patience and emotional control. We can't say, oh, okay, you know what? I did this. I want this now. No, sometimes it takes time. Like, for example, you're waiting for your setup and you decide to take a trade. No, you might as well just wait for your setup and take your A plus setup instead of just trading just to trade, because it doesn't work like that. Okay. So success in the markets is often delayed. It takes time. You guys may not be trading every single day. It depends on what type of trader you are. But you guys may not be trading every single day, and that is totally fine, as some of you may only be trading one setup, and it may take time for the market to give you that. We have to build patience up, and we have to disconnect ourselves from the charts so we don't feel some type of negative way about not getting immediate satisfaction. We have to resist the urge to get any type of instant gratification in the markets, because we need to stay focused on the long term and consistency to be a disciplined and successful trader. Now, the last thing I really want to go over this with you guys, okay, is emotional attachment versus objectivity. Now, how is this in a cultural environment and trading environment? So in everyday life, guys, we tend to get led by our emotions a lot, okay? And they can actually be played in key decision makings quite more often than you think. Now, this can be us relying on our instincts or gut feelings, or you can be like, you know what, I feel like doing this today, and you just do it. Now, that's totally fine culturally. You doing it on your regular 9 to 5 day or your off day, okay, go ahead. But in the trading environment, now that is totally different, guys. We don't react on our emotions, but we are so programmed to just not detach from our emotions on outside of trading, where we bring that inside and we keep those emotions with us while we are trading. And that is something we have to learn to detach from, okay? Because if we do bring our emotions into the charts, that's going to ruin us. We have to learn how to detach from our emotions. Now, what type of emotions are we feeling? Fear, greed, hope. Okay. Now, those are the main three emotions that you will feel in the market. Okay. Fear of missing out. Okay. You know what? I want to get in now because you may have missed your entry and you see your trade going your way and you're like, okay, wait, I want to get in now. And then next thing you know, you lose your trade. Okay. And then you have another thing of greed as, okay, maybe you're on a winning streak and you're like, okay, you know what? I want to hold my trade in like a couple more times because I'm just going to hope that it goes up. So now you got greed and now you got hope because you don't even have a substantial reason, a technical analysis reason of why you think price is going up. You just see the numbers and you're like, okay, you know what? Price is going to keep going up. And you're going to get stuck in that greed and hope. Okay. But at the end of the day, guys, emotions cloud your judgment. We don't want emotions on the charts. Point period blank. We don't want emotions on the charts because why? They lead to your impulsive decisions, over trading, and staying in positions longer than necessary, even when you know you should get out. Now, that leads to the next big thing I'm going to be going over. In the book, it says culturally learned behavior that results in unsuccessful trading experience, guys. So I just went over all of that, right? Emotional attachment versus objectivity, instant gratification versus patience, control versus lack control, right or wrong versus probability, and cultural environment, right? So in the book, it says you may have no concept of how typical and even thoughtless your behavior will be. Now, like I said, when I was going over those examples of cultural and trading environments, right? Now I showed you guys like, hey, this is what cultural environment habits are, and this is what trading environment habits should be. So now you guys can take a look, take a minute and just write down like the cultural environment habits that you have that you bring into the charts. While you guys are doing that, I'm going to be scrolling down and we will be going over this. These are typical trading errors that specific a cause rooted in thinking methodology that can be changed. Okay. So like I said, your cultural environment habits, this can be brought up in your trading. And now this can go into some common mistakes. So let's go over them. Refusing to find a loss. Now that means not using your stop loss, right? We're not using a stop loss. Why aren't you using a stop loss? The main thing about trading is protecting your own capital, right? Not liquidating a losing trade even after you acknowledge the trade's potential is greatly diminished. Now, if the charts are telling you it's going the opposite way, you might as well get out your chart, especially if you don't have a stop loss, because now that's telling me that you're just hoping, oh, I'm going to hope that price goes my way. No, there's no hope in the markets. You have to have a reason for everything you do. And if you're just hoping for the markets, you're going to lose. And that is exactly why you are losing. Again, strategy does not matter. You can have the best trading strategy in the world, but if you don't have a stop loss and if you're not liquidating a losing trade, as in you're not getting out of your losing trade and you're just holding on to hope because you're like, oh, I'm just going to hope it goes up and it's going to go my way, even though price is showing you otherwise, price is showing you that it's going the opposite way and you're still holding on to what? Like, that's my question. Like, you're holding on to what? Get out of the trade. It's about, now that's telling me that's your ego. Stop being egotistical because the market, you're showing that for what? Nobody cares about it. Nobody cares and the market doesn't care and it's just taking your money. And number 3, getting locked into a specific opinion or belief about the market direction. I'm right, the market is wrong. This is bias. This is when you are biased about, oh, you know what? I know that the market is going up, so that's the direction, even though price action is a downward trend. So again, ego and focusing on price and the monetary value of a trade instead of potential for the market to move based off of its behavior and structure. Now, this, guys, is you being focused on the money instead of actually what the market is showing you guys. You have to detach yourself from everything, emotions and money. Those are the 2 main things. Because when you're on the charts, you have to interpret the charts the way the charts are showing you, not the way you think the charts are going to be. No, look at price action right now, current price action, and go off of that. And then that leads you into revenge trading. We all know what revenge trading is. Revenge trading is when we might be on a losing streak and we're like, no, I can make my money back. I can make my money back. And there's no stop. You should have rules for revenge trading, not following the rules of the trading system. Now, again, this is your trading system that you put in place. If you don't follow your rules based off of your own trading system. Because what is your trading system? Your trading system is based off of your experiences in the market, and nobody else has those experiences but you. Okay, yeah, they might be similar, but again, at the end of the day, these are your experiences. No one can tell you how it is. So you start building your own relationship to the market itself. So if you don't follow your own rules that you're making for yourself, which are your rules, you're going to lose. Not acting on your instincts or intuition. I say detach yourself from emotions, not acting on your instincts or intuition. Now, this can be more so like on the market. If you guys have been on the market so much and you're practicing and practicing, there has to be a level of confidence that you have to accumulate. So you have to be confident in what you're seeing. You can't be, oh, okay, I'm not going to get in because I'm scared of losing money. You are in trading. You're going to lose money regardless. Okay. But you can control how much you can lose. Now that's way better. So how you start is you make the moves. If you see something that you see every day that works for you, go for it. The worst thing that can happen is you lose exactly how much you say you want to lose. And then number 10 is establishing a consistent pattern of trading success over a period of time, then giving your winnings back to the market in 1 or 2 trades and starting the cycle over again. Now, this is displaying your confidence. You actually are having a good day, a good week, a good month, and this, I'm good, I'm good. Now, giving your wins back to the market in 1 or 2 trades, what does that mean? You got overconfident and you risked way too much because at the end of the day, trading is about risk. If you are giving back your wins to your market in 1 or 2 trades, that means you're risking way too much. You guys have to reevaluate yourself because it sounds like you got too cocky and you were like, you know what? I just want to risk it. Risk it for what? At the end of the day, it is our job to protect our own capital because no one is going to do it for us. All right. I went over the things that you might be doing now. Now, as you're writing it down, because I really hope you're taking notes because this can help you become a successful trader. How do I fix it? You need to learn how to recognize the skills you need to progress as a trader. What does that mean? This means you have to put in the work, put time on the charts, and then when you're on your charts, practice, back test, or you can do a demo account and you can use your strategy. When you're using your strategy, you're going to do this exercise. You're going to put a sheet of paper right beside you and you're going to write down all your mistakes that you made if you lose. And then you're going to incorporate that into your trading plan. Okay. So to say, if you lost because you didn't have a stop loss, okay, in my trading plan, always have a stop loss. You start doing that because basically what I'm having you do is you're writing down your mistakes because mistakes can be repetitive, especially in trading. When you make it into your trading plan, now you know you turned a mistake into a rule. So now you won't make that mistake again. So the next mistake you made will be new. And then you'll be like, okay, well, you know what? It's going to be this. And then it's going to go from I'm making mistakes to, oh, I'm not following my trading plan. So it's good. It means that you're improving as a trader yourself. Okay. And you also have to learn how to adapt yourself to respond to the fundamental changes in market conditions. Okay. What does this mean? You have to be flexible and adapt. Okay. This is all within you. Again, not having a bias. Okay. Knowing that things can change. Now, how do we react to change? And only you will know. Now, you could say, oh, I got out of my trade early because I got scared because it was going the other way. Okay. Why did you get scared? Was your analysis not correct, or you were just in fear mode and you're like, I want to protect my capital? So that's ways you have to analyze yourself. And then identify the amount that this is a big one. Identify the amount of risk you are comfortable with. Okay, guys, because I have too many people saying, oh, I've blown my account in 1 trade. How do you blow your account in 1 trade without risking it all or not having a stop loss and not knowing how much you risk? When you guys get in a trade, you guys have to know how much you guys are going to lose. When I say going to lose, that doesn't mean you're going to lose. I'm just saying, just prep yourself because that's the worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario is when you enter a trade, you might lose. And that's fine. We have to say that, hey, it's totally fine to lose, but we can control how much we can lose. So if you guys have, let's say, $1,000, I only want to lose 50. That's fine. Now stick to it. Stick to it, whether it's 50 or 25. However your risk management is, that is up to you. It's all up to you. So you can't say, oh, I don't know. I didn't know how much I was going to lose. No, you can always know how much you're going to lose before you enter a trade. Learn how to execute your trades immediately upon your perception of an opportunity. Now, that's saying if you're looking at TradingView and you're looking at a trade or MetaTrader, whichever trading analysis or trading platform that you take your trades on, and if you're looking at it and you're like, my trade, it's like everything's in my trade plan, this is an A+ setup, and now you don't get it. Why aren't you getting in? Because I just want to see it. No, because the thing is, we build our confidence by taking trades, not just looking at it. So take that first step and jump. Take the trade, because the worst thing that can happen is you hit your stop loss. And then you know exactly how much you can lose. Guys, again, just start putting that in your brain. You know how much you can lose. That's the worst thing that can happen. After that, it's just wins. So you might as well take that risk, right? And build your own confidence. And then guess what? And if it goes the opposite way and you lose, that's fine, because now you're going to go on your sheet and you're going to write down the mistakes you made and see, okay, why did I make it? And now you make those mistakes into rules. So you will always follow your plan. Learning how to let the market tell you how much is enough instead of assessing the potential from your personal value system. Now, what does this mean, guys? Okay. The market will tell you exactly what it needs to tell you. Now, you don't go in and start using hope. You don't say, oh, I'm going to hope that the market's going to go up to here without any technical analysis proof, without any actual proof that you can be like, oh, you know what, price is going to go here. If you can't show me why exactly price is going to go that way, why are you taking the trade? You can't say, oh, I think it's going to go here. If you don't have a why to back that up, you shouldn't be taking that trade. Now, again, if it's part of your trading plan and it makes sense to you, take it. Because now, if that doesn't work out for you, that's just a lesson to learn. So that's good. Or if it does work out, that's building your confidence. So again, guys, we react to the market, we don't predict it. This is part 1, and I'm going to be going over part 2 next week, and it's going to be a shorter video, but thank you so much for watching. If you guys took notes, drop some in the comments, because your notes can definitely help somebody else learn. As we all might be making the same mistakes, we're just building a community that we can learn from each other, and that's the main thing we want to do. And don't forget, if you guys love this video and you learned something, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Thanks, guys. See you in the next video.